Greetings and welcome to another edition of What's Good right here at Tri-County Media 728 Radio. I'm Edris Louise and I've got a wonderful guest in the audience today. But before we get started, I want to give you some contact information. If you have any ideas for programming or ideas that you want the public to know about, please email me at 728whatsgood@gmail.com. That's 728WHATSGOOD@gmail.com because we want to be about what's right and what's good in our community. Well, today we are very excited to have a wonderful guest, someone I've known for years and who's doing great things in our community. None other than our school superintendent, Miss Faye Sprouse. Welcome today.
Thanks, Louise. It's great to be here.
Well, good. We just wanted you to come on and tell us a little bit more about yourself, and we just hope that the community will embrace the changes that's going on with the school as well as with Ware Shoals High School. Because I remember you and I were in high school together, weren't we?
A couple of years ago.
And it was wonderful. The experience was wonderful. Being a part of a small school was wonderful. And I hope that that's still going on today. But getting on into our questions, how long have you been the superintendent?
Well, Louise, today is July 1st. It's the first day of my 21st year.
Wonderful. Okay. And what positions did you hold prior to becoming the superintendent?
I was elementary school teacher for 10 years in the district. I left for a short time to be a federal programs director in Abbeville School District, but came back as soon as I had the opportunity and I became principal of Ware Shoals Primary School, where I served for 6 years, and then I was promoted to district superintendent.
Okay. Well, how do you feel the school district when you were way back, well, I don't want to use the word way back, but back in the 70s and 80s when we were in school, how do you feel the school district prepared you as a student to be who you are today in the position that you hold today?
Academically, I feel that we had very strong teachers. Our curriculum was rigorous, and I was challenged by that. I took that opportunity to do my best academically, which I would hope that every student would do nowadays. Also, our school offered many opportunities for me to become involved in and to develop my leadership skills. So I really enjoyed getting involved in all of the organizations and activities. Then in my senior year, I became a school bus driver. And that was back when kids could drive. As a 17-year-old, I drove a bus and I loved it. Actually, I referred to my bus as my classroom on wheels. I developed relationships with the kids that I transported to and from school. They would draw me pictures, I'd hang them up above the windows, and I guess that's where you could say I got the education bug. So once I went to Erskine College in my freshman year, I declared education as my major, and education's been a wonderful career.
Wonderful. And I believe you're also a musician, aren't you?
I am church musician. I play for Ware Shoals United Methodist Church at 9:30 on Sundays, and Harmony United Methodist Church at 11.
Okay, that's awesome. You're a well-rounded person. That's wonderful.
Well, I love music. It's a part of me. It's how I think. I think in song. So it's a way to have joy in my heart and just it's a celebration. You know that. You're a musician as well, and a songster.
Yeah, and I do have to say my career, being matriculating through Ware Shoals School District was very, very important because we were united. As you said, we had a lot of different opportunities to be a part of extracurricular activities, to excel in music, sports, FCA, Beta Club, all those. Do you see young people getting involved in the clubs that we did back then or today?
Absolutely. There's opportunities for everyone, whether it be in academics, whether it be in athletics. We have a fishing club now, which we didn't have when you and I were in school. So we have a fishing club. We even have a sporting clays club. So the people who wish to develop their marksmanship, they go out on the weekends and participate in competitions and can earn scholarships. So there's opportunities of every type.
Great, that's awesome. Well, that leads us into the question, besides educating our youth, what is the mission for the school district for this upcoming year?
Well, we can summarize it in 3 words: learning, serving, leading. That's what drives our work, because we feel like giving students opportunities in each of those areas will help them become well-rounded citizens. Those are very important things: learning, serving, and leading. And then our overall goal is expressed in 2 words. I believe in simple, keep it simple. Destination graduation. We want everyone to finish what they start. We start with students in 4K. We do what Stephen Covey said in his 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Habit 2 is begin with the end in mind. And so we want our students to come in and to have a clear vision of where it is that they're going. And so we remind them in words, we remind them visually. We have caps and gowns hanging in rooms. We also have signs over the doors, the class of, like, the class of 4K is going to be the class of 2035.
Wow.
Yeah. So we keep that in mind. We keep that in front of them. We want our community. We're trying to change the community culture so that everyone, business people, grandparents, parents, citizens, will join in and encouraging these students to finish what they start. Don't give up, because they will enhance their chances of success if they finish their education. And it will also help our community. You know, if we have graduates who become successful and contributing citizens, it will raise our economy and just help our overall community. So destination graduation, and we have it on t-shirts, we have it printed on printed materials. We try to keep that in front of everyone and at all times.
I can honestly say, riding through the town of Ware Shoals, seeing the signs up, especially during the football season, or just signs of unity is so important for our community. And
Absolutely.
and I see the school district is really making some positive strides in that. Well, as far as the personnel, do we have a lot of new teachers or a lot of new administrative staff this year?
We do. We had 10 vacancies and in classified and certified. And we've also shifted. We have 2 new principals. Ms. Janine Webb is principal of the middle school. As we know, as you all know, Ms. Nancy Brown succumbed to pancreatic cancer. But Ms. Janine Webb she was a leader that was ready to rock and roll. So we moved her into that position, and I know that she's going to do a great job. Maria Tyre is a person who's been with the district for 17 years or so, I think, and she has moved into the position of high school principal. So we're gearing up with some new folks, new faces. We still have 5 teaching vacancies, though, and very little time to fill them. So we're searching very hard to find people to fill those vacancies, because, as we know, our summer is short and school's starting very soon. So we're working really hard. When fully staffed, we employ 148 people.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a lot. I know I was telling you yesterday when we were at a meeting that when I rode around the parking lot in Ware Shoals at the high school, I'm like, wow, it has really changed. It's gotten bigger. There've been more buildings, the fences. We don't have the tennis court anymore.
Right.
But still, there's still a feeling when I rode up on the grounds of the high school, I still felt the feeling of peace, the
Yes.
feeling of, hey, I can be all that I want to be.
Absolutely.
If you
And-
apply yourself, you can do it. You can be.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
And may I just point out, too, that you mentioned the community and being part school and community together. Back in 1999, we established the school/community library.
oh yeah, that's
That
right.
was one of the first partnerships of its kind in the nation, where, well, we had a need. The school needed a new library, the community did, so it was a public-private partnership, and it has worked beautifully. And since then, just a couple of years ago, we established the community fitness center.
Oh,
And
wow.
so right on our campus, we have a fitness center. We have, I think, around 80 members already, but it's free. It's for our community. It's for our employees. Our employees can access it 24/7. They can go in and work out. It's great equipment. We purchased it from the YMCA in Greenwood, and it's just a wonderful resource. And our community members can access it 7 days a week as well, from, I think it's 6 a.m. in the morning till 6 at night or something. But it's available, it's there, and I hope that people will take advantage of it.
That's awesome. That is just, I'm just in awe.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the field house used to be, is that where?
It's actually between the Darby building and the gym. It's behind there
Oh,
where
okay.
it's a double portable actually, but it's fixed up really nicely. So you have to come and see it.
I will,
Yeah.
definitely. That's awesome. Well, I know, we've had a lot of changes going on this year, and I know we've lost our local newspaper. How does the school district plan on keeping the community informed of, I know we used to have what was known as the Hornet's Nest.
Right.
And we had an editor, it was one page of our local paper, but, how does the school district plan on, keeping the community informed of things that's going on?
Okay, well, we have our website where we
Okay.
post important information. And we also do use our social media platform, Facebook, Twitter. And of course, the Index Journal covers our events too. But it's also great to have this radio station to make things known. So I'm happy to be here to do that. So we have a parent notification system too, where
Okay.
it sends out text to everybody. We can just, in one movement, we can post things to Facebook, Twitter, and send out texts and put it on our website. So that our platform is really great.
Well, that is great. So all people have to do is just be involved, just know that it's there. And I think it's great being in contact with the parents. So that is
Absolutely.
awesome. Well, moving on, how does the school district embrace diversity?
Well, I'll have to tell you, Louise, our faculty and student body are so accepting of individual differences. Students can come to Ware Shoals and be themselves. And it's just a very accepting, loving school community. It's like family. And so I've just been very, very happy of the sense of community in our schools, that people get along. And, differences make our world and our work so much more interesting.
It does.
And we learn from each other. We broaden our perspectives by embracing diversity. So I feel like we're a very, very accepting community and family.
That's great. And also going on with that, are there a lot of volunteer opportunities for the community to be involved in with the district?
We do value our volunteers, and we welcome their involvement. I feel like it's very important. Many people volunteer to be chaperones on field trips, when their children go on field trips. But we also have volunteers who do class presentations, who come to Career Day and talk to our students. So we also have a few who will come in and help with teacher materials or in the classroom. So to become a volunteer, all you have to do is go to our website, and we have a place to sign up. And if you pass a background check and do all those things, then we welcome you to be a volunteer. So
Do you see that there are a lot of people in our community volunteering, or was there a need for it?
there's a need for it. Yeah, there is. Of course, there's so many things that people are wrapped up in now. I understand that it does take time away, but it is a valuable opportunity, and you can learn so much more about our schools and about our students, and what a great student body we have by interacting with them. And they get to see you involved, and they know that you appreciate and love them. I mean, so, having everybody involved just makes it better for our students all the way around.
That's great. I know a few years ago, I was a speaker for the Black History program, and it was just, as I said, it was just a feeling of calmness, and just, they were engaged. They wanted to listen to my story from when I was in school back in the 70s and 80s, things that happened with me, and how things how things are different, but yet how things are really the same. But I felt the kindred spirit. I felt the love there. So that's the one thing about a small school, but yet we're a big school because we have big visions for a brighter future. As you said, destination graduation. So that is awesome. Well, how does the district, as I said, we're a small district, how do we compare with the online and the private schools that are popping up? Since I know there are a lot of private schools and a lot of online schools going on.
Right.
What
Well, I often say that our public school, our district, is more like a private school because we are small. Our children get individual attention. We're family. We have those relationships. I feel like our school offers more opportunities for involvement than online schools, and more opportunities for socialization, which is very important. So I know there's great private schools out there, and there's and some students respond to online schools, but Most are more successful face-to-face with a teacher, I believe. But we do have opportunities within our school for online classes
Okay.
through our Learning Academy. So, and also our students have opportunities to take college-level courses, earn college credits while they're in high school. You know, some can earn as many credits, all their credits for their freshman year and start out as a sophomore. I mean, the opportunities are there. So, we do offer many opportunities, and we would love to grow more and more. We have space.
That's great. So that's the dual enrollment program? Dual
Yeah,
credit?
that's right.
Is that through Piedmont Tech, or do you offer through any other schools?
Lander University, and then online, there's opportunities to earn credits as well.
That's great. So from Ware Shoals, South Carolina, Ware Shoals High School, they are ready when they graduate to compete with others.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So I know when I graduated in 1982, you know, I was scared going on to college, but when I got there, I felt prepared. You know, I didn't I'm just from a little town, I can't do this. I wound up being the class president my freshman year at Columbia
Wow.
College, and
Yeah.
so therefore, you know, it all depends on how you embrace what you do.
Absolutely.
You know, and, you know, mistakes may happen, but as I've said in my previous podcast, just don't do it again. Just keep moving forward. Make destination graduation, destination celebration, and
There
I
you
think
go.
that's where
I
we're
love
at,
that.
yeah.
that.
So, how does the school district address, homelessness? I believe I was in a meeting where they said there is a homeless problem
There is.
in Greenwood County. So I'm
That's
not sure
right.
about Ware Shoals, but how does the school district address that?
Well, there's a federal law called the McKinney-Vento Act that guides our work, and we have board policy as well. We have a district liaison for homelessness who makes sure that homeless students are identified and enrolled. And then once enrolled, we do everything that we can. If they need food, if they need clothing, you know, we rally around them to help if needed. And then we just make sure that they have the same opportunities as those students, as other students. And if a homeless student, if in the best interest of the homeless student is for them to stay in their school of origin, and it's possible, if it's feasible, we'll provide them transportation to their school of origin. Say, for example, if somebody lands here, but their school is in Greenwood, then we can make it happen for them to stay in that school. But most of them will opt to enroll here and
Okay.
become part of our community.
Now, when we think of homelessness, I know people think of people living in cars, but what is the definition of homeless?
The definition is very broad, and it's basically not having a place that what you call your own, where you pay the power bill, where you are responsible. It can be a person who's living with someone, temporarily, like two families together. So it is a broad definition, much broader than most people think.
Okay. So, as far as your school counselors, you have a counselor in each school?
We
Is
do.
that? And they assist as needed? I know
Absolutely.
we used to have Mrs. Morris, and she was so wonderful as far as making sure we understood about scholarships, and if there were any problems, we could talk to her, so
Right.
that's awesome.
Yes, we do have counselors, and they do a wonderful job.
Okay. What about the alternative school?
Okay, we do have an alternative school. If a student gets into trouble and is recommended for expulsion, then I have the option of placing them in alternative school in lieu of expulsion. We want to keep students in school if at all possible, because that's where they're going to get their education, and we want them to graduate. So the students in the alternative school, there's very few actually, none right now, but they're kept separate from the other students in a classroom with a monitor or a teacher, and they complete their work online. Throughout the day, subject area teachers will go in to the alternative school and the Learning Academy, which those classrooms are right across the hall from each other and located on my hall. I'm in the Darby building, which is adjacent to the high school, and the alternative school Learning Academy is at the end of my hall. So I get to interact with students every day and monitor class changes sometimes. So it's fun to be that close to the students. But so it is a part, we call it a part of our Learning Academy, And, you know, the Learning Academy is also a place where students who need to get caught up can go to take classes, but it's also a place where students can take classes that are not offered in our high school. Say, for example, you know, we used to have French and Spanish opportunities. You know, now we only have Spanish. So if a student really wanted to take French, then they could do it online in the Learning Academy. It's a way to broaden the curriculum without adding a teacher. So
I'm just in awe of all the great things that's going on. All people have to do is just learn about them and take advantage of it. This is something that just came to mind. The adult education, do we still have that here?
not here in Ware Shoals,
Okay.
but Greenwood County does have adult education. Is offered at the Genesis Center. That's right.
Okay.
Thanks for providing me with the word. But yes, adult education is offered. I wish that we had a satellite site, but about 5 years ago, they chose to cut that program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it is available, as you said, in the Greenwood,
It
in the
is.
city of Greenwood.
It is GED or diploma track.
Okay, good. Do you have a strong PTO or PTA or parent involvement?
At the primary school, it goes very strong. At the middle level, not as strong. We would like to see those grow. But again, you have to have parents who have the time to come in to get involved, and but it does really enrich the school to have that involvement. We love parent involvement, and we want to encourage that.
Okay. And how about the band? You know, my heart is with the band. I played trumpet. As a matter of fact, you may not know, but I was the first Ware Shoals High School student to ever make the All-State band.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
wow,
that
that's
was
great.
yeah. So,
That's great.
and I know after that, more people have made the All-State band. Tell us a little bit about the $1 Million Band.
Okay, $1 Million Band is so successful. We're so proud of them. They've been placing very high in their competitions, and we had lots and lots of all-state and all-region
Wonderful.
players now. So we really, behind FFA, band has the most participation
Wow.
as an extracurricular activity. And again, I say music helps academics. I believe very strongly in the power of music. So we try to encourage our students starting in middle school. Now they grow the program by starting in middle school.
Wonderful.
So yeah, it's we have our music teachers have guitars. They're teaching guitar lessons. They're teaching drums. They have these. I can't think of the kind of drums it is, but anyway, we have so many opportunities for music, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah, I know they say music, you're using both sides, you know, the left side, right side of your brain. With music, you use both sides of the brain, so it does help academically, and it just helps a person to become a total person. So that's awesome. I can remember back with Mrs. Drake, I used to call it our first karaoke. Now that I said we do karaoke now, she'd play like the little 45 record, like The Night Chicago Died. And we just sing right along with it. It was just wonderful. But I'm sure, you know, you do a lot of great things with the music department. What about sports?
Okay, well, we have lots of different sports opportunities, and our teams are we don't have the level of success on every team that we would like, but we certainly have expectations of greatness, and our coaches do a great job. You know, coaches are such an important influence in young people's lives. Many people, you know, when asked who's the person who had the most influence, if they participated in athletics, a lot of times they'll name a coach, because that's just a very influential person that our athletes look up to. And so we're very fortunate to have so many staff members who step up to provide that leadership and guidance for our athletes. So football, baseball, golf, basketball, cross country.
Really?
Yes, we have cross country. So, of course, fishing and all of that too. So, yeah.
Wow, well, a lot of great things are going on in Ware Shoals at the Ware Shoals School District. We're going to take a short pause for the calls, and we'll be right back. We're talking with Superintendent Sprouse right here on What's Good with Tri-County Media.
Do you need to make those home repairs? Do you need to fix up the yard that wife been bugging you about for months? Go see the great staff at Ware Shoals Hardware for all your fixer-upper needs. For everything plumbing, lawn and garden, lumber, paint, tools for every job, electrical, and much more. Go see the smiling faces at Ware Shoals Hardware, where they treat you like family. Ware Shoals Hardware, located at 11 Mill Street, Ware Shoals, South Carolina, 29692. Or give them a call today at 864-456-2122. And tell them you heard it on 728 Radio.
Thanks for stopping.
And now we're back with What's Good right here at Tri-County Media, 728 Radio. This is Edris Louise Robinson, and I have with me Superintendent Sprouse from the Ware Shoals School District. It's been great talking to you about the different opportunities that are available, for opportunities for unity in our community. Hey, that might catch. Now, I want you to tell us a little bit about character education. Does Ware Shoals really develop character education? I know sometime when I ride, I think it's to Abbeville, I see on a marquee, character word of the month,
Yes.
different things. So how does Ware Shoals District handle character education?
Okay, well, you may not be aware, but there is a state law that requires character education.
Okay.
So we have state law, we have board policy that guides our character education programs. Each school gets to choose the type of character education program, how they choose to integrate it within subject areas or have it as a separate curriculum. For example, at the primary school, they do community CSC, community schools in community. I've got anyway. It's a program. I'll think about it in a minute. But they begin the classroom. They begin the day with a morning meeting where they talk about opportunities for responsibility, for empathy, for building relationships and building community. They learn what community is and that everyone is included in community. They learn about responsibility, self-discipline, and just caring schools community is what it is. I'm sorry, CSC, caring schools community. And it is about caring for each other, about respecting each other, and about building community. So it's a great program. It is a curriculum that's about 30 minutes a day. So it's those values, those principles are taught explicitly to students. So it's very important to develop character because character is essential for becoming a model citizen.
It is, that's right. And I have to say, I guess I'm going off script a little bit, but I can see how being a part of the Ware Shoals School District has really impacted our youth in today's society. As we know, you've heard in the news recently about the two young girls who were killed. And it's just amazing to me the outpour of support from the community. One of them was my cousin, Kendall Curry, as well as Ariel Beeks. So it's trying and it's difficult to understand, but also it's important for us to understand the importance of uniting together and just to see the tributes from the school, the people they went to school with. That's just real important. So that shows that, and it doesn't matter what color, everyone is rallying together. And I believe with the principal last year who passed due to pancreatic cancer, seeing the signs up in Ware Shoals about, Brown's Brigade, because I wondered, what is Brown's Brigade? I had to call my cousin Mel and ask her. I was like, because I live in Greenwood now, and I said, wow, this is just great the way that a community rallies together when there's a crisis, when there's something going on. But I just say love abounds.
Our community is a very caring community. We rally for strength in times of crisis, in times of tragedy, and it does tear a hole in our hearts when we have tragedies like that. Those two girls were precious souls, and we are very, very saddened by what happened. But yeah, with Brown's Brigade and with Kenzie's crew, Kenzie is a 5-year-old who was diagnosed with cancer last year. And so we rallied to have a Relay for Life event right here in Ware Shoals. Normally, the event is held in Greenwood at the Y, but I wanted to have one right here in our hometown, and we did so at the stadium, and we raised $21,000 for the American Cancer Society.
Wonderful.
And also, additionally, thousands were raised to donate to those two families directly through various events. So this is a town that cares. It's a town that rallies when people are in need, and that's what I love about it.
That's wonderful. Well, we're going to end things by talking about the year-round school. I know everyone's, wanting to know more about that, so tell us a little bit more about the year-round school.
Sure. In January of 2020, our district board of trustees voted to adopt a modified year-round calendar, and that was in response to Greenwood 50, who adopted that calendar. And we shared the Russell Technology Center with them, and also some other, we collaborate in other ways. So we did a survey of our teachers. We talked with our school improvement councils about the idea, and we found that we had a majority positive response to going to a modified calendar. Now, teachers and students go the same number of days, but they have a shorter summer break, then more breaks throughout the year. For example, this coming school year, we start July 22nd.
Okay.
Our students' first day is the 22nd. But then in September, the end of September, first week in October, there's a 2-week break after the first 9 weeks. We'll have a regular Thanksgiving break, a Christmas break, and then we'll have another 2 weeks after the third 9 weeks, and then spring break and so forth. So there's more breaks throughout the year to address the issue of stress and fatigue, burnout, because a lot of times, students and teachers kind of wear down throughout the year. And so we feel like, and we hope, that this will help students stay motivated. And we also will use those 2-week breaks to provide additional remediation. Rather than having summer school, we hope to have all year round remediation so that students can keep up. So we hope that it'll go well. We released 3 years worth of calendars back in January of 2020. We wanted everybody to have a year to prepare, so we kept the regular calendar for 2021 because people had already scheduled summer vacations.
Right,
so
right.
We didn't want to just jump in, and Greenwood 50 did not jump in. 96 has also adopted this calendar. McCormick is also on a modified year-round calendar. So we had this last year to get ready for it. Of course, Corona didn't really prepare us for anything, did it? But so our modified year-round starts this year, and then we also have next year's, the 22-23 calendar posted on our website. So, yeah, it's a bit of a short summer vacation for students and for teachers, but I think once we get into it, I think people will appreciate going on vacation in the off-season and enjoying some better rates, maybe.
Right, that's true, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's good. And all of this is on your website?
it is.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is the address for your website, in case people don't
Okay.
know?
It's www.gwd51.org.
Okay,
Yes.
that's great. And you have school trustee board meetings every month, or how often are they held?
They're held every month, the third Monday of each month, unless it's announced different. Sometimes we have to change it to the second Monday or have special called meetings, but those are published online and as well. And our Facebook page is out there too, Ware Shoals School District. So most of the news that's posted on our website is also on Facebook.
Okay. So if parents, community people, if you want to be involved with the Ware Shoals School District, you have the ways, the website, Facebook page, or even calling. What's the number they can
Absolutely.
call?
It's 864-456-7496.
7496. So if we want to be about a better community, a community doing what's good to help mold and develop and support our youth, then we encourage you to be involved with working with the Ware Shoals School District, with our Superintendent Sprouse. And we just are so glad that you thought enough to come on What's Good with Edris Louise from Tri-County Media to be a part, because we want to be a vital part of this community and work together for a positive solution. So
Unity and community.
unity and community, that's it. Okay, well, this ends another episode of What's Good with Edris Louise right here at Tri-County Media 728 radio. If you have any ideas of podcast programs or comments, please make sure that you email 728whatsgood@gmail.com, and we'll be glad to cover things as long as it's right and good and creating unity in our community. So we thank you for listening, and you can check us out on our Tri-County Media YouTube channel. And so we're just excited to be here in the community and excited to let you know about what's right and what's good. Until we meet again, thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening. God bless you.